can make it one step closer to an all-Philippine, an MPL PH season 12.5 in the top 4.
A rematch to everything that went down at MPL PH. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are moments away of jumping into the land of dawn for match 1, game number 1, a full best of 3 between the Cambodian representative, See You Soon, with their heavy early aggression and pick-off style. And on the other side, we have RSG Philippines, the titans of their region, as we jump into game number 1, Land of Dawn. Here we go.
Let's see, early on in the skirmishes, Boxy already very aggressive maneuvers into the enemy jungle, while Light just pushes him back. But for both of these teams, what are we looking at? What timing for the power spikes?
I think See You Soon, they're gonna wait for level 4, where the resets, the suppression, all these tools really come through at level 4. And before that, I think RSG, with the Ruby, with the Arlet, and the spammable nature of their skills, even with the Fredrin as well, they really have strong fighting skirmish potential before that. So I think See You Soon needs to be very careful on that surprise counter-aggression. But afterwards, I think See You Soon has all the urgency. They are the ones who are forced to make plays happen, because the longer the game goes, I do feel like RSG has a better chance. With a Bruno, with a Lilia, that late game is looking crazy.
But what about the late game coming in from Iritel, that constant DPS coming through? Can that try and level out the late game from See You Soon?
I think it's good AoE, it's good damage, but it's not the same kind of damage we're used to when the Iritel was just the most contested pick. I think at this point, the Bruno will be able to do more. That's why it's so popular. But Felix
flickering out, but the taunt connects. Even kind able to lock him down with no flicker. That's a first blood picked up by Nats, but MP now looking for the chase. Nats with another good response, flickering out of that mortal coil, and RSGPH picks up a good trade early on.
You can see that despite See You Soon going for a very heavily early game-centric draft, it's RSG Philippines with the better rotations, but meanwhile MP here getting zoned out, getting chunked a little bit low, and Boxy looking for something here.
It's very hard for them to look for an opening right now. The Mortal Coil is still ready. Nats jumps in, gets the Vengeance down. The final slash not connecting. Rock gets a good kill back, but Felix now will be saved by the Nether Realm. Appraiser's Wrath. Nice timing by DK. Boxy goes for Flicker. Divine Judgment able to lock him down, giving MP all of the space he needs to go for the Retry and a Decimate to the back. It's now equal again in kills, but the gold lead is held down by SYS.
It's shifting back to SYS, sure. RSGPH were able to get that kill earlier on in the top lane, but with See You Soon being able to get a kill onto Mardis, a hero that we know at this point really needs that early game snowball with 1 kill in the bag as well as a neutral objective. Is this looking dangerous for RSG?
It's a minor setback in my opinion. I think they had the right idea, but now they gotta be even more careful, because the early game is stronger before level 4 for RSG, but now is where they have to be really careful, avoid giving away too many combos, too many chain kills. But MP is gonna look for something more. And you can see the urgency right here, but RSG doing a good job at using the crowd control sparingly to ensure that SYS, they can just really go in undeterred without any possibility for a counter engage. Take a look at the emblems right here, and Man still with the late game focus here, always on the Bruno. But along with that, the Wilderness Blessing and Agility for Boxy, so not a lot of tankiness to help him out. We'll see if that becomes a problem, because for now, it's great. He can be around the map more often, he can get more ganks off, but later on, when it becomes a back and forth endeavor, he is just prone to getting picked off.
What do you think about Ra here on the Feramis picking up that M from years? That used to be called, I think it was Mystery Shop. What is it called now?
A Bargain Hunter,
yeah,
I believe.
Why not Wilderness Blessing?
Well, I think he feels that the pressure will be enough, especially with all the aggressive movements around by his team. I think getting to the power spikes is a bit more important for him, because otherwise he'll lose out in damage, especially against Lilia, who at level 1, level 2 already has an insane amount of damage. So I think that's the mindset. And honestly, power spikes on a magical damage hero, generally, it's never a bad idea.
Okay, right now in the 4th minute of the game, you can see that both teams are going to be rotating onto this next neutral objective. See You Soon wanted to help them get the ball rolling, but meanwhile, already a clash here in the mid lane.
Light taken quite low, forced to flicker out already. MP's chasing him down. Light still able to run away for a bit, but now there's another pull down below. Divine Judgment locking Aqua down. MP was merely just a distraction for them to open up and pick Aqua off. That's the second turtle going to the hands of See You Soon.
Everything going according to plan right here, and that's the issue here. Aqua on the Lilia, having the black shoes, but not going with the Purify. Going up against a Kaja is definitely going to be one of the targets that See You Soon will always have their eyes on. Now with that advantage though, you can expect all the invades possible, but actually no. They're respecting RSG, they're waiting for something more decisive before they really try and shut down Demon Kite, respecting that Fredrin power in the jungle.
So far, if we take a look at the gold disparities between both of the teams, there's not much to note. I think most of it falls into the hands of See You Soon, but only by 100 or 200 gold. So in the gold lane, I think we were expecting maybe the Bruno to win up that matchup, but why is it so equal here in the trades?
It's due to the pressure. I think this is like the third gank now in the bottom side. Might work.
Foxy as well, look at the flank, Divine Judgment finding Eman, and they all just collapse under the tier 2. MP now going to be locked down by the I'm Offended. The Dome Round Wolf King. MP still trying to run away right now, but he should fall. The Appraiser's Brad now. The Nether Realm from Ra comes in clutch to save him in this initiation. That's with a good final slash. Real Crusade back out of the Nether Realm. Aqua trying to deal the damage, but it's not going to be enough to really threaten any of the See You Soon members who are playing with that early game lead so well. Ra.
What a beautiful cover coming in from Ra.
Last second too.
Yeah, I thought completely 100% MP would have been taken down. Sure, he was able to get that trade over in the top side, taking 2 members down, but in the grand scheme of things with him taken out, I thought that would have been a good shutdown given to RSGPH, but that last minute back up coming in from Ra with the Nether Realm, that came in clutch. And that is why a lot of people have said that for See You Soon, Ra has been the main anchor.
And also Boxy, if you add him onto it, it's a killing spree for MP. On point Divine Judgments. His positioning has always been really, really good. And this game right here, he's at its best. Meanwhile, Nats trying to jump in onto Felix, loses out the trade to Felix on this Dairoth. It seems like See You Soon will be able to pressure RSGPH out of the third turtle, giving it to See You Soon for free. MP picks up his third and final turtle this game.
This is such a difficult situation right here. Anyone who gets pulled in with the Divine Judgment will get taken out. There's just way too much physical shred damage coming in from SYS, and Ra finally now has the Lightning Truncheon. He's building a lot of damage, but if you look at his item builds, he went for the Magical Penetration Boots and instantly rushed the Necklace of Durance. So he understands that magical damage is important, but not just yet. The utility that he provides is more important. So right now, back to a waiting game, but I do feel like See You Soon, they should get more.
Divine Judgment onto the front line, or Demon Kite gets melted down. My goodness. That's even an Abyssum strike from Felix. Final slash not connecting as well. See You Soon just diving under the turret, going all in. Felix as well. But that's not able to find one. Only an I'm Offended onto Ra, who's not going to be locked down under the turret, getting a little bit more of that damage down. But Eman isn't able to fully take Ra down. See You Soon are doing as they please.
He survived. He was able to get out of that. That was insane. See You Soon now with a 5K gold lead in this 8th minute of the game. We were talking about the death ball rolling in the early game, and this is exactly what we're seeing here in this game. And despite us thinking that perhaps because it's RSGPH's style, it doesn't look like they've been able to stave off the pressure either in this first game between them. And Foxy
looks for more. That's a good worldie by Eman to knock him back, displacing him off of a Divine Judgment. Stop. That's a recall here, Light. Okay, still he's all good. He's all good.
Ooh, Secret Agent Light just waiting for a chance there. It could have went bad. But this is the problem though for See You Soon, I think. They can get one pick off, but that's all they get. And it's always timed properly for a neutral objective, but RSGPH, despite the situation, they're not being punished continuously. You know, they lose one member, that's always the end of the story. There's never like any follow-up, and MP hasn't been able to get those those resets on the decimates to really snowball, only 3 kills. So RSGPH are waiting for a chance for a power spike, but for now, especially this early on with the first Lord, I don't think they can even walk into the jungle without the threat of just being completely deleted.
They gotta give it over. See You Soon have so much pressure, a 6,000 gold lead. If RSGPH try to contest this, it might be bad. It might be an end instantly in the 11th minute. So they'll choose to just try to defend. They have some good wave clear here, still with Aqua on that Lilia. and Iman on the Brody.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Demon Kite is what, 2 levels, 3 levels behind MP? There's no way that they can contest as Boxy looks for yet another opening, putting pressure on once again. You were talking about a power spike hitting for RSGPH, but what power spike are we actually waiting for?
I think it has to do with the frontliners more than anything. The damage for sure, Aqua will have to have some items first. I think the Lightning Punch will come in as a 3rd or 4th item, but I think the wands is where it matters, right? If he has the Ice Queen's wand, then all these melee heroes or short ranger heroes from See You Soon can get kited away. But more than that, the front line, Demon Kite or Nath, someone needs to be able to take the Divine Judgment and at least buy a bit more time before getting completely deleted, negating any real follow-up. That's a problem. When they're funneling the gold to the carries to get more damage, sometimes the frontliners also end up being a lot more squishy, and that is just a big problem against this composition from See You Soon that relies on being able to just kidnap one of your members.
It's the Spectre Staff, man. That physical defense penetration, another Divine Judgment. My goodness, this time it finds Nats in the mid lane. You blink and you miss a pickoff from Boxy. This man is that flashy. He's so fast with it. You know how fast he is? Fast as heck, boy!
So is MP. Everyone is just fast. Mobility, like we said, there are a lot of agility emblems picked up by See You Soon. This is what they want to do. They want to be there before you know it and get out before you even notice. That was Nats, the EXP laner. Usually the tanky member, but look at Felix.
Conceal, Spectre Step from Felix as well. Zoning Aman away, the Ghostbursters. Now you really know why it's called the Ghostbursters. Aqua taken down to a quarter of his HP.
It's not looking good whatsoever right now for RSGPH. And we were talking about Boxy, and he actually has a 100% KP at this point, right? 008 TP. He's always the one who's been able to get these pickoffs, find those opportunities for his team. So if that's the case, is there a way that RSGPH can take him down before he even has the opportunity to do so?
They need to have some control first, some vision. So that comes in later. Maybe through macro play, like we've been talking about, something that the Philippines are very good at doing. But by the way, Boxy, 0, and 8, and that's pretty good, man. Like 16 divided by 2. Shout out Rose. But let's see, man. I think Boxy will have a lot more to do right here because this is the weakness for See You Soon. They don't have a lot of good siege, long-range skills. So when RSG turtle in the base, especially with so much counter-engage, right? The final slash, the I'm offended. There's so many ways they can get punished if they're not careful enough. So breaking the base is the main challenge for See You Soon. If they can do so, or at least use the Lord effectively to aid them in doing so, that will be their win condition. For RSG, that is the moment, the window that they can use to try and do something crazy. They need to do something risky, man, because playing by the book right here might just lead to them slowly but surely losing the game.
Super textbook gameplay from RSG at this point, but we kind of need to, right? It's a 10,000 gold lead, still in the 13 minutes, so we're still within See You Soon's power window. It hasn't closed just yet, and I don't think it'll be closing in the next 2 minutes either. So RSG are just choosing to buy some time through sacrificing their base. At this point, that's what it is, right? With a three-way push, there has to be a turret taken down here, and RSGPH will have to sacrifice it. As long as they're able to keep the main base intact, they should be able to buy a bit more time. But how long are we waiting for RSG to finally punch back?
Do you not think that this is just inevitable? I mean, this is a 10K gold lead we're talking about for See You Soon. And it does make sense. I mean, Kusi said in his interview back with One Esports that he found their mistake and they are going to be able to take their revenge and make it a clean one. And this is exactly what they're doing. This has been so clean from See You Soon.
They're janitors, man. They're clean.
Ooh. Detergents.
Detergent.
Well, it's very clean so far. We have to wait till the game ends to really be the judge of that. Now with the wave manipulated in a bit of a weird fashion here. One crash at the same time, especially in the bottom side. So it's the mid and top side.
Oh, Boxy misses.
Well
that is massive.
He didn't miss that. Iman dodged away from it. Good reaction time. My goodness, Iman. Mid lane base turret going to be taken down to top side as well. This Lord should be able to march down. One charge is all it takes. 3 base turrets taken out by See You Soon and RSGPH's base. And now it's all into the siege, but RSG are dealing with it really well. Like I said, 3 base turrets are going to have to sacrifice a few. As long as they keep the main base intact, they can buy a bit more time. Is it enough?
the real question. I think RSGPH definitely thinks that there is a possibility here, and I agree. There is a reason why See You Soon hasn't just brute force pushed into the base. Like we said, there's combos available for RSG, and now they are catching up. 15 minutes is usually the quote-unquote late game mark, where teams that need the late game get to their power spike. Of course, being 11,000 gold behind, RSGPH will have to wait a bit longer, but now See You Soon, they are the ones feeling the pressure here. They want to try and end it out. The item slots are getting filled up, and there's only a limited amount, man. Of course, you can switch out items, but that is a whole different story. Looking at the item builds, Anti-Cuirass's build by 3 members, no question why, but a Radiant Armor build up by the Ruby, I feel like that's an interesting choice, because there's not a lot of repetitive magical damage coming in from See You Soon.
Is Kaja not repetitive damage?
Well, the big
Oh,
whip
Ra?
damage.
I love that name, man. I really love that name. So fun.
But even despite the gold disparity, I would say that Aqua should be ready to deal the damage, right? Already with the Ice Wand, the Divine Glaive, I think either on the way to... I hope it's not Genius. I think it's another one. I think it's a glowing one. I think that would make a little bit more sense to the DOT damage.
Especially against Spider.
With that being said, that damage now needs to start being respected by See You Soon. So despite the gold gap that we see, 10k, they still need to be careful when they make these decisions. They can't underestimate the damage output coming in from Aqua now.
Definitely. I think for Aqua, for Lilia, it's not about one big spell with high quality. It's about the quantity, man. Eventually, you're gonna get taken out with enough spells. Foxy, though, can he find a pick?
Aqua.
Oh!
She's back. No, he flickers to the wall, and Rob picks him up. A panic button. Boxy now with a Divine Judgment. They're gonna collapse all the way. Nassel able to flicker out to safety right now. He's looking for a final slash play. One big play can turn the tide of the game, but it's not enough for now. Wow, that damage from Ra. One shot and the man is half HP. Now with the Lord marching down in the mid lane. They're going to be CC'd up, and Kuche's pre-hitting in the back, doing a lot of damage with the heavy crossbow. Like now, his immortality taken out. RSGPH. The Raiders fall one by one in their own base. It's a wipeout as See You Soon claims game number 1 in a dominant fashion.
The Cambodian representatives fly high in game number 1 of this best of 3 series. And that's the death ball effect that you can expect from See You Soon, that aggression from that early game. Sure, they fell behind a little bit in the first few seconds of the game. But as soon as they were able to get that pick before that turtle and eventually get that snowballing on for MP, the fact that Boxy hit level 4, was able to completely utilize his pick-off composition, pick-off strat, that's when RSGPH started to fall behind slowly but surely.
I think most people won't be too surprised, right? In the drafting phase, when you have that much investment in the early game, if you don't win out, then you gotta have problems other than just the draft. But for RSG, they tried their best, but I think eventually they just kept losing out on stuff. They tried to make risky plays in the mid game where they weren't trying to fight, but they're trying to find pockets of space in the jungle.